right now. So I'm here sharing these light codes with you all out here on the crystalline grid, being a crystalline grid keeper, doing the crystalline grid keeping work. Peace, love, and light. Hello, Ty. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm going to need some glasses. I just ran out here and then put on my glasses because I was just catching light codes. It started raining. It was like that beautiful sunlight beaming through. The light is still kind of hitting a certain way. It was like golden. If you catch the video that I posted, you might be able to see it. And it was under a double rainbow. Is the rainbow still out there? It was a double rainbow. So I had to come in and like have my conviction, because I had a conviction. I don't know how many of you may have seen the video about the bloodline. And I meant what I said, especially specifically at that time. However, I had to course correct that and stand under the conviction as I move through my consciousness within my mind and understand that you are a grid keeper of the crystalline. So you just can't do what you used to do. Righteous anger is not going to work for the crystalline grid keepers. It's actually going to diminish a little bit of the connection. It's kind of similar to like Moses when he hit the rock. Like, you know, we'd be like, why is that? How come he couldn't go into the promised land? Because he hit the rock. I get it. I get why Moses couldn't go into the promised land, because he hit the rock. It's bigger than the rock. It's even bigger than getting into the promised land. That promised land, which is, as I said, the grid, the crystalline grid, the crystalline bodies that are in the crystalline light are under the order of these light codes. So it's a matter of you not get that promised land. Let me talk about that, right? And I'm not no Bible thumper or nothing, but I do metaphysics. And when I know what I know and make the connections, I got to go where I go, right? And so, you know, share the live for those of you coming through. Come on through. Throw the hearts in there, because this is how we get the algorithms to grab our, let me grab our light warriors right now. Right now I'm speaking to the crystalline grid keepers, the 144 ascendants, anybody that's on the ascension time that need to hear this message at this time. Collect them, make them stop, drop, and roll, and find the connections right where we are. So I'm speaking to those who are in alignment. So the more we send the hearts up, the more we comment, interact, all of that. It's not for me. I don't do it for me. It's for the collective. It's to help alchemize the, you know, the grid, if you will. What they call it, the algorithms, to get it to those who are on these frequencies. Everybody not on these frequencies. Everybody can't acclimate to these frequencies. Ashe? So this, as I was saying, this promised land, I had gotten the conviction because, you know, I'm going to be real with y'all on this detox to detach, this 8-8 portal, this major ascension portal that y'all been hearing me talk about. And I was really in it, 21 days steep and deep in it. So coming out on the Sunday, I don't know, some of you may even heard, when you come off of a fast, it's like the hyenas are waiting for you. Just like when Yeshua in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? I'm not a Bible thumper. I may not know where to go and tell you where to find it in the Bible, but there's certain stories that have a certain resonance, and there's a reason for these stories. These stories are allegories of truth, fables of truth, truth codes embedded in them. And there's a reason why when he came off that fast, and they said the devil was waiting for him in the garden and testing him. Won't you go turn that stone into bread, Jesus, huh? Won't you go do that, huh? Won't you go jump off this ledge and let's see you, you know, eternally live, you know, things like that. And just like how as soon as you come off the fast, they waiting for you. They waiting for you in the garden. Think of what gardens are. Gardens are about preparation. Gardens are a space for preparation. It is a destination and a location for preparation. That's why in the beginning was the garden. It's a place for preparation. So was Gethsemane when he came out of his fast. And now here you go. Here they go showing up in the garden where you are making preparations in your soul and your ascension in time. And so as soon as I comes out of this 21-day fast, for some of you may have been with me, here comes the attack, right? Here comes your attack. This is what they do. And so they come after you and they come at you in these different ways. And I took it for those 2 days. I took it Sunday. I took it Monday. But Monday, by the end of the day, it was like, nah. And I went off. I let my throat chakra open and I went off. And some of you who may have been in the live, you might have heard it. Some of you who were in the live, I believe it was Monday. I don't even do things on Monday. The only reason why I came on because it was an extension of the portal. It was another 888 portal. 5 8, just like on the 8 8, there were 5 codes of 8. This one had 5 codes of 8 as well. And I showed some of you according to the calendar, because on the 5D calendar in the month of Heru, there is the 26th right here. And so that was on Monday, the 26th. It's the 26th day of Leo, the 26th day of Heru. And so that's an 8. So it was an 8-month, an 8-day by the 17th, and the 8-year. So that's the 3 8s. When you count up all the days, it was another 8. When you count up all the numbers in the date, what I call the date code, it was a 26, which is an 8. And on the 5D calendar, it was the 26th of Leo, which is another 8. So there were 5 8s. And so I had some downloads to come on and share. I came on. This was after getting blocked from about to do the download, getting this fight again, and having water come up in my bathroom. And it's like, what the crap is going on? So I let it go. I let my throat chakra go. And some people may say, hey, that's okay, but it's not. So I had to, you might see the video, I did it before this, under that beautiful light and the beautiful rainbow, to commit to that promise in me. That rainbow is the promise in me. That promise is the chakras in me, my alignment. It means stand under the bow of alignment. And I had to promise within myself, within this crystalline grid, as a crystalline grid keeper that is new to me. This is a new body for those who have self-actualized, and it ain't for everybody. Very, very few have self-actualized the full capacity of the crystalline in that way. And if you have a different responsibility. You cannot have righteous anger. I know some may say, well, some things weren't. You cannot have righteous anger in the sense of you cannot express it in that way with these lower vibrations when it brings you into the lower vibrational realm. I know some people would think, nah, you got to put them in. I get it, because that's where I was just coming from as well. But this new body, and I'm acclimating to it. You know, I had my conviction yesterday. I had to really activate my throat chakra and really, like, I don't like the word heal, but I had to reveal to heal my throat chakra yesterday under the conviction of knowing, hey, your body is saying you wasn't supposed to do that. The throat was feeling very exercised because I was exercising them demons, cussing them demons out. Ashe? All right? Humans cheated the calendar you're speaking of. Humans cheated the calendar. This is not the regular calendar. This is what I'm talking. This is a 5D calendar. We know that they cheated the calendar. That's why I have the 5D calendar right here. This is not the regular calendar. This is an ascension tool. For those who got it, this is an ascension tool. For those who don't got it, you may want to hit me up at a 5D corner near you. You can email me either way to get that. So as I was saying, this, let me see, high point, yeah, point of correction. It wasn't in a garden. Satan tempted Jesus. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a Bible thumper. I was just getting to the point of the story. I don't do, like, not debating or nothing, but I don't know the exact. I'm giving a point of reference of the point is that when you come out of a fast, the attackers are waiting there. Right? Whether it was in the garden, outside of the garden, you get the point. I know it was around the time of Gethsemane. I'm not a Bible thumper, right? But I know that where the stories are, there is a metaphysical reason. There is a metaphysical truth. The truths are hidden in the codes. The Bible is very coded. So I don't throw it out. I'm not a Bible thumper, and I'm not stepping in nobody's hell-bound church. However, I know where truth is, and I know what truth is worth. So for that is what I'm sharing with you, that as I came out of that, and this is a confession, this is a conviction, not even a confession, this is a conviction of the soul. Because I got to honor truth wherever it is. I got to look at me first. And this was that day. This third eye day was that day to really go within and cut through the bullshit, even within myself. As always, it should always be first within yourself. And so I had to sit with that conviction yesterday. Most people might want to say, oh no, there's a such thing as righteous anger. Leave that to those who are at that level. Everybody's at different levels. And at once I could do that, but it's saying no. The divine is saying no. I was getting corrected. As in this new crystalline body that you have acclimated to, that you yourself actualize and you are now acclimating to, this cannot be done. You are responsible. To whom much is given, much is required. You can't do that anymore, because it is very similar to when Moses hit the rock and couldn't get into the promised land. That promise is that rainbow inside of you. That promise is that crystalline grid with all of the crystalline light bodies, light order. That promise that you are responsible, that you have self-actualized to, you have a responsibility to. And so I had to apologize to myself. I had to apologize to even those of you who may have heard the tone, who may have heard the message and are bearing witness to something that is out of alignment with my current assignment. Whether you know what it is or not, I'm all about correction. I'm all about course correction and checking the self. I don't got to wait on nobody to check me. I'll check me. And I'm checking me here because I did it here. So I have to own up to that. And I bear to anyone who's bear witness to that. I don't apologize, as I said. I don't apologize to those toxic ones that were throwing stuff at me. And it was nothing personal to them. I was really having the righteous anger with the energy that consumes them. Because that energy has to know that I know, but it doesn't have to know in that way, is what divine was highlighting to me. You are now responsible. Leave that to the ones. Let someone else do it for you. Leave that to the ones who are not fully self-actualized on the grid, but you have a responsibility. And if you do that, it lowers the vibrational level of your assignment, and then therefore it conflicts with your connection on the crystalline light grid as a crystalline light grid keeper. So I say this to any of the few that have self-actualized on the, you know what I'm talking about, on the new moon, the rebirthing on the new moon, to the crystalline grid keepers. You cannot do what others have been doing. You can't do even what you have been doing. So I had to honor that, convict that, and under the promise of the rainbow, remind myself that I promise to me, to those who have bear witness to it, that that was out of alignment, out of order of time, right? There's no bad or good, no right or wrong. It's just knowing what truth is as we sing this song. Ashe, there's a responsibility. I had to check myself during the academy. Ashe, Ashe. Who is that? Oh, Journey. Ashe. I was all in my feelings and it was blocking my creativity. Yes, it does. It was, and it will. That's what happens. But only we can check ourselves, you know. Others can see it, just like others bear witness to me. When I was, going off on Monday, there was someone on YouTube that saw it. And they were intrigued by some of the things we were talking about. But then when someone came in, and I was very raw, and someone came in with that toxic energy, and I released it on them, speaking to the energy, not them, but the person who bear witness to that, they don't know that I'm speaking to the energy, and they think that I'm just instantly ticked off by this person. However, either way, it is not in alignment with my assignment, and it does not show as true responsibility for the light grid activation and what it is that I am about. And so that person bore witness to it and was like, wow, you look like you're easily ticked off, have a good day, or, something like that. They were very nice about it. Nothing throwing darts or nothing, but it was something they bared witness to, and it did not resonate because they're on their ascension where they are resonating truth. And I know what that feels like because I've been in rooms where I've seen people really going ham and going off, and I've witnessed it and was like, not that I was going ham on this person. I've witnessed it, and it does look irresponsible. It does come, it's not even about looks. You can feel the energy. You can see that that person's vibration has been lowered. They don't even got to personally know you. I don't got to personally know that person. But when they're going off and you're like, listen, you're wasting your energy and you're lowering your vibrations. And they might, oh, I'm not lowering my vibrations. And someone has said, and I was like bearing witness to it and was like, look, don't let them lower your vibrations. I didn't tell them they were wrong. Just kind of hint, hint, don't let them lower your vibrations, because the truth of the matter is that it is what it is. When we have our righteous anger in a way where we express it through those lower vibrational realms, then we do lower our vibrations, whether it's warranted or not, whether it's right or wrong or not, it doesn't matter. You've allowed them to get you. You've allowed them to distract you. You've allowed them to have you be an expression of inauthenticity and lower your vibrations. And you know why it's inauthentic? Because your authentic self would respond differently. Your authentic self will keep the orders of the higher vibration. That's true authenticity. So now it has you acting outside of yourself, and that is inauthentic to your authenticity. So I have to be honest as I'm saying it to you, and I had to say it to myself. There is authenticity. Sending love and light. Ashe, thank you. There is a way to go about things. And so, yes, you can be angry. We're not saying don't be angry. Angry is an emotion. Energy in motion is it's indicators. It's indicating something to you. And if you don't allow yourself to be angry when it's coming through, you will suppress it, repress it, and then you will become depressed. Depression is the result of suppressed anger. So we're not saying that you can't be angry, but the expression of the anger through lower vibrational tones lowers your vibration. So it's alchemizing. Quickly quicken yourself. You're angry, fine. Recognize what the anger is telling you and have right recourse, right reaction, right thoughts, right feelings, right words, right actions, and right reactions is what I really like to say, right responses, because we have a response ability, an ability to respond to truth at all times. Regardless, this is higher level. I know for some people it's like, what? No, if somebody come at you, even in the church and even in these spiritual arenas, people want to have the right to go off. And what I'm being shown is they're on different levels, they can do that because that's the level that they're at. So they're not really of a responsible level in that way. They're not responsible for this higher octane of light activation and light integration. Leave that to them. That don't mean because they can do it, you can do it. You just got to know where you are along your journey. And as for me, as I say, this is my conviction on this day. I had to be convicted because it is no longer allowed. I'm saying it to you. I'm saying it to myself and in the witness of you and whoever may have witnessed it before. And as I said, 3-3. See, creative completion. As I said, I apologize to me first for the out of order display. And I apologize secondly for anyone who have witnessed it, who saw the either live or the video. The video itself is towards the toxic bloodline, and I said what I said. And as I say, I'm not apologizing to the ones who got the hit and needed to get the hit, but apologizing for my out of order, out of alignment display of this righteous anger. And that in this crystalline body, I'm like this newborn, wah, wah. Like, no, I can't, you can't do that. You can't do that, crystalline baby. You can't do that. Right? And for those who are ascending to higher realms as well, even if you're not a crystalline grid keeper, if you are on the ascension, it is to know this as well. It's better you know it now, because when you get there, you're going to feel, because the thing is, when you raise your vibrations, you get the convictions quicker. They come back like this, and they come back stronger. So it's better you know it now. Start practicing it now if you're on the ascension, because when you are really self-actualized on the crystalline grid in your fuller capacity, the sensitivity is higher. If you think you sensitive now, wait until tonight. If you think you sensitive now, ooh yeah, wait until tonight. So for whoever's bearing witness to this, even if you're not, you might be saying, well, I ain't no crystalline grid keeper, so I'm a practice makes perfect. Thank you for the heart. Practice makes perfect. Practice prepares you for accountability when you are in alignment with the perfection assignment. And there is no excuse when you are out of alignment. Nobody's going to beat you on the hand. Nobody's going to say, I had to be the one to course correct. You got to hurry up and catch it, because you will unwind and unfuse out of your light infusion. You will start to unravel. And so you got to, what I'm seeing is that you got to keep the link tight and the connection. So it's better you know it and understand it right now. Overstand and understand. Right? I've been liquid fasting, water, coconut water, yep. Salt water, yep. I've been still under the fast myself. We were supposed to be finished like on Saturday, and then I came out and got the attack Sunday, but I was still fasting. Thank you for the heart meat. I was still fasting because I went into the 3-day extension portal that I was telling some of you about. I did that since no one took the day of the 17th. I did it with my daughter, which was great. She needed it. I did it with my my team. Since no one signed up for the 17th, I gave everyone 2 days of the extension of the 8/8 portal, of a 3-day opportunity to have this 3-day accelerated ascension. Everything that we did in 21 days, I compressed it in 3 days. So each day you're doing 7 days worth of work. So it's very intense. And I believe people are signing up for the 26th, but I can only do like 1 or 2. I can't do a group. So I was seeing if it was, I kept hearing spirit say there's 1 or 2, or 1 and 2. Very few. This is not a class that I'm offering. This is not a course. This is for those who it really, really resonated with. Those who heard the information and know that they're on this ascension path, and that they are like this close. They are self-actualizing to their truer timeline. And I was offering that to help in that ascension in time, what we just did in 21 days. So this 3 days was an extension of that. So I've still been fasting. And guess what as I realize is I'm doing this extension, holding the vibrations for my daughter. Just like whoever comes on the 26th, I'm going to be fasting again, because I'm holding that vibration with you. You're going to be fasting on your end for 3 days and isolating for 3 days on your end. However you show up is to the degree that the ascension is going to be for you. On my end, I'm doing my part to hold that vibration for you, right? Being the light quotient or potency that I have is what's going to help be the catalyst of this ascension. So in doing so, here I am doing it again, what I just did in 21 days in an intense acceleration for 3 days. And people would think that you're doing it for them. It's also me again. So more stuff was coming through. So that's why the conviction, came through, and I'm sharing that with you all now, because the conviction is real, right? And so as I'm sharing that with you all, you'll see the video, because I did do the video, but as I'm sharing that with you all, understand and overstand the attack that I was getting, and it was more of the revelation of that attack that came through even today, and recognizing I had some more breaking, like there was more breaking coming up. Because I just did this 3-day process, right? Let me see. Hold on. I got to echo. Okay. I don't know what I pressed, but I pressed something. My apologies. Um, because
You must have pressed for me that you invited me up.
oh,
Maybe you did that on accident.
yeah, because I was
I drop
scrolling.
down. Let me drop down.
Thank you. Whenever I am scrolling to make sure that I see I don't know what I press, but I usually am scrolling to see if there are any more comments, and it ends up pressing something, pressing the invite, right? Um, and so doing this 3-day process, we were doing the transformation, transmutation, three things: transmutation, transformation, and manifestation. And in the transformation is the breaking of the illusions. This is the walk through the halls of a mentee. And so that came up for me again. And I'm going to share that because I know it may resonate with someone, with more than one's. And it came up that, thank you for the heart, that as I'm going through this again, the fight, one of the attacks that I was getting, as I told y'all, was my landlord. They don't have no respect. My original landlord passed away, and the son left behind with wife, who somehow picked up a Jezebel spirit wife, has no respect, right? They think they do, but they don't, because they just doing things willy-nilly, no respect for the rapport that we had before, all of that. So either way, he passed like a whole year ago, and this to show you how much they don't respect, they don't have. They didn't even tell me, right? I'm just now finding out that my original landlord passed a whole year ago, and we had a rapport. And I knew he was ailing, he was old, but they didn't say anything. This is a landlord that would come and check up on us, bring stuff for the children, check up on the children, come through, but they didn't know any of that. They're just looking at us like regular old tenants and a cash cow for them, right? Because as soon as they came, they upped the rent. No conversation, no let's see how you doing, let's update your home, just we gonna update the rent. We don't care if you need anything in your home, we just gonna up the rent. So they just see a cash cow. So what happened in this place, the attack that came Sunday, was they came into the yard and they cut my tree. Now y'all know I be in the yard, y'all know I connect with the earth. This is to show how it was an attack. My sacred space is my yard in the corner with my tree, with my mother tree, my elder tree. That's my sacred space. But coming out of it, these people, they didn't call, no nothing, sent a tree man over here to not even knock on my door and let me know you about to cut my tree. And they cut the tree. And I was didn't know where to place it. Disrespected, all of that. But it's the energy. I knew it was the energy. And then when you talk to people about it, oh no, I didn't mean to disrespect you, but you did. And it's not about you, it's about the energy that's moving through you. And so Spirit was showing me as I was going through it, you been knew that they were disrespectful. And this is what I want to share with y'all. We got to stop playing with our third eye. You wanted to believe. When I say this lesson hit me hard today, and these are principalities that I stand by, that I've taught in workshops, that I'm aware of, but it hit differently when I got this conviction today. I'm aware that life is a reflection of you. I teach this, that everything in life that you see around you is a reflection of you. So you check you. When something's happening around you, you don't check the mirror. When you look in the mirror and you need to fix something, you don't fix the mirror, you fix you. So I check myself. So when I see them coming in certain energies, I'm talking about energies, y'all. People be doing things, but we got to understand it's a flow of energy. And a lot of times they're operating unconsciously and subconsciously. But there's a flow of that. And so I'm going through that, looking back at it, and I'm looking at how they really disrespected me. And it's not nothing new. You already knew that they have this disrespect. You saw that when the father passed, they did not let you know. You see how they just jack up the rent and they don't care. Like, you see everything is in people's actions, and they'll do these things while looking you in your face and saying, oh no, I respect you, I do see you. Like, I'm begging to be seen. Don't get it twisted. I'm not begging to be seen. I'm letting you know that you have no responsibility. You have no respect. But people don't like to be told the truth. But it's not about people, it's about the energy. So as Spirit was revealing it to me, and I looked back, I had to date back and look at what allowed me to give this man grace, right? And this is another principle. As I explain this, I want y'all to understand some of these basic truth principles I'm giving you. For one, life is a reflection of you. For two, stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. That's not your job. Giving people the benefit of the doubt and giving people grace under the disguise of you being a do-gooder, you doing the right thing. Stop lying to yourself. Let me give it to you like this. It's not your job, and I'm well aware of this. I've said it in meetings before. It's not your job to give people grace. That is the divine. It's already given. This is what true forgiveness is. It's already forgiven. What you think forgiveness means? Giving love forward. It is already forgiven under the love of the divine. In love, the grace is already given. The divine gives us grace to mess up and do it again and again and again. That's your grace. When something happens, a challenge, that's your opportunity to get it right. That's your grace. That's not the time to complain. It is the time to get it right. That's grace. So who are you? Who am I and who are you to be walking around talking about we giving people the benefit of the doubt, and just so you can feel good about yourself? Just so you can feel like you're doing the right thing. I'm going to hit hard with this one right now because I know a lot of people don't like to hear this. It was a hard lesson when it hit me the first time. But I'm sharing it with you because I was being reminded of it today. Remember your words. Remember the lesson that you taught. Who are you to give anybody grace? That's not your job. And this is what I want to say to any of you, to any of us whose protective ego wants to hold on to that idea of you being a do-gooder and giving people grace. Let me be the one to stab that ego for you. This is an ego death, breaking the illusions type of awareness that says, who are you to give grace? That's not your job. Take it out your hand. Sit your behind down. So we need to stop doing that under the disguise of love, trust, honor. We disguise it as these things. I'm speaking to the ones who know truth. This ain't for everybody. But it's a conviction that needs to be talked about more. So when I looked back and I had to dial it back to course correct, Spirit was showing me, you messed up. Because I had to look back to see where I got it twisted at. Where did you pervert the ways? Because ever since the landlord started to get sick and brought his son around, the landlord and I had a good rapport, not the son. I never even seen the son until the father started to get sick. I thought the man didn't have no family. And had to ask him until he said, oh, no, I got a one son, but this is not his thing. So he didn't pass down the generational wealth. He didn't teach him how to be a landlord, how to take care of the property, how to take over when that time comes. He didn't teach him to have the integrity that he had. The original landlord had integrity, not the son. He did not pass that down to the son. So who was I to give the son the benefit of the doubt because of the rapport that I had with the father? And so I had to look back at that and look at where I went wrong, how I put myself in this position, me holding accountability. Were they wrong for disrespecting me? Yes. But let's go back. Let's look at you. Let me look at me. Where did I go wrong? And so when he came And he did something that I thought. This is why they say don't thought, think. Don't thought, think. Think about it. Don't thought about it. Don't be a thought. So when he visited, one of his last times when he visited and he was introducing his son, that's how I knew something was happening. There was never an official anything, but something was happening. And when he did a walkthrough, the son looked at something in the kitchen and said, pointed it out to his dad, this needs to be fixed. So now I saw that, thoughting that he has potential to be a good landlord like his father, because look, he's the one that pointed it out. Right? Wrong. He was showing off. He was trying to, when somebody getting a new position and he wanted to act like he knows something, walking with his pigeon chest, cocky. Oh, I see something. But it wasn't to be a good character. It wasn't to be respectable to me. It was to show off. You see? And so I mistook that. And then when the father got even more sick and I was only now seeing the son, as they took over, one of the first things they did was come and knock on my door to sign something to up the rent according to my agreement in my housing situation. And I only signed it. I realized I didn't have to sign it. I only signed it on the strength of the father. On the strength of the father and what I saw. So you see what I mean about giving grace, I gave the benefit of the doubt. And I want y'all to see this twist right here. I had trust that was built in a rapport with the father. That was not with the son. But what I did was I perverted the word trust into giving benefit of the doubt. And under the disguise of trust, because I wanted to trust, I wanted to believe that the son was going to be of this character. And so, because I saw that little glimmer of, I think he got it, potential. This is why they say, don't deal with people's potentialities. Everybody got the potential to do good, but look at what they doing. And so, I signed it. Nothing had been done. You upped the rent like $300. It wasn't like a little one, like, oh, $100, $300 gap, and did nothing in the house. And I only signed it assuming, giving the benefit of the doubt that, oh no, he's going to come in and fix it. He's going to be of integrity like his father. Assuming. Did that. Came to the house with his wife. That's how I knew it was the wife. This man ain't never care about this house. Not never, ever, ever. Trevor Clever. It's the wife. It's the Jezebel spirit that stepped in and said, I want to control this. I see something here. We got something here. Really, she's thinking, I got something here because he's just a, whatever Jezebel's husband name was. I forgot the name of that person, but he don't have nothing of his own. She's make all the arrangements. Any worker that has come here, they think that she owned the house. Ain't that something? So I bring that forward and I'm looking at, look what you did. You went and pervert the ways of trust. And I want this part to hit home. How many of you are giving people the benefit of the doubt, giving people grace, under the disguise of love and trust and do-gooderism? Let me be the one to slap your ego right now. That's not your job. Leave that to the divine. Stand in the truth that you see. And then I wanted to believe. I stayed here longer. Spirit was convicting me today. It was like, you should have left. Because you saw that this man, after he came and you signed the lease and you was just waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm watching my little nigga clock, and I'm just waiting and waiting. Like weeks passed by. Nothing. He didn't come and fix nothing. Months passed by. Nothing ain't get fixed. And I'm like, but he collecting his rent. Okay. Then you notice that when something goes wrong and you call them, they don't come. food go bad, the fridge went wrong, they don't come, lose your whole fridge gone and food gone that you just. And I was like, I never had this with my old landlord. So I'm continuously being shown that there's no respect. It is what it is. So Spirit was showing me, you were already, you mistook this. You perverted the word trust and cut and paste and attached it to the Son. Who told you? Just because you had favor with the Father, who told you to have favor with the Son? Give favor, give grace, give whatever. Me in my mind thinking, well, he's never been a landlord before, let me be a little understanding, and I'm having all this understanding and giving grace with this person who could give a rat's ass about if things are fixed or anything, or if there's, if you ruined the food in my fridge or not. So Spirit was showing me you had been seeing this. This had been in the span of about maybe 2 to 3 years, because the landlord died a year ago and I'm just now finding out. So this is just to show you the order and the levels of disrespect. And so I'm seeing that there is no, as Spirit was showing me, oh, I'm fine. It's like, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. I'm great. I'm glad to get this conviction today. It's like, listen, Linda. And Spirit was showing me you had no business giving this man no grace. He is devolution. His father had the integrity. And he dropped the ball, or whoever dropped the ball, whether it be his father or him. Between the two of them, there's a disconnect. And now the next generation is in a devolution. He's not evolved. He's not even where his father was. He's in a devolution. So Spirit was showing me you were supposed to leave. What year are we in? 2026? You were supposed to leave 2024. You was not supposed to renew that lease. But you wanted to believe because of the affinity to the Father. Mind you, I'm still thinking that the Father is alive all this time. So you wanted to believe, plus because you had a preference. This is why we got to do detachment, y'all. Another part of the lesson I had to look at was the detachment. We just did the detox to detach, Halls of Amenti. I was also attached to my backyard. I have a beautiful backyard. Y'all see I be in there with the trees. Y'all see the trees in my backyard? Very loving backyard. Very beautiful place to ground. My backyard is like my park. So I did not want to leave my backyard, And plus, I don't like moving. I'm just going to be straight up. I didn't want to move. When Spirit gave me that little tug, like, I think you should leave, it was like, meh, I love my backyard. Meh, I don't want to move. This is why I tell people we will suffer for conveniences. Convenience, comfort, preferences, attachments. This is why it is important to have these attachments. So guess what? This had to happen now for me to really sever the attachment in all ways. So as I came out of this fast, detox to detach, and Sunday, these people came and cut my tree. I wanted to cry for my tree. I felt it. The energy, the connection that we've been connecting all these years, bonding, grounding. They took out my elder. They took out my tree. And I knew it was an attack on me. Right? I had to learn to stop giving my own daughter the benefit of the doubt, knowing that she keeps me in a doubtful place. Ashe. This is what I'm saying. I don't care who it is. Mother, father, brother, sister, children. It is not your job to give the benefit of the doubt. This next level of ascension, we got to buck up. You got to be stronger conduits of light. And it's not to say to be mean. It's to say it's not your job to give the benefit of the doubt or the grace. Because when you do that, you pervert the ways. You pervert words and call it benefit of the doubt because you're trying to play God. You trying to play like you are source in and of itself. You are trying to play as if you are the great order of divinity. And you are, but not in that way. That is a principality that already exists. It's not your job to put your hands in it. Giving love forward, forgiveness, that is a principality that already exists. You are not to put your hands in it. Leave it to the source. Leave it to divine. Leave it to the ordinance of time, space, reality. It just is. So there are some things that we need to stand back, stand down. I don't care how it looks to other people. They're going to say, oh, you know how many church people, when I say that, they don't like that. Right? We are not life sucks. It sucks, I guess. I feel like it releases you from the burden. The thing is, we want to believe we the savers. We want to believe that, oh, I could help you, I could do. We want to believe this. Just let it go. Let it go. It's not your job. That's how we get egotistical. That's how the misappropriated ego gets up in arms, because it feels like it got a job to do. Sit down. The only job is to get into your soul and be a part of the remembering and be in alignment in that way. But it is not your job to be out here giving people grace. You don't run that kind of delivery truck. That's not your job. It is a divine ordinance that already is. So when we recognize these principles, and this is why we got to understand things first. For all the people that like to say, don't say understand. You need to understand. We need to stand under truth principles first, so that you can then overstand the bullshit. So you can then understand the truths and embody it. Understand to overstand to understand. For those who hear me say that, that's why I say that. Stand under truth principles first, so that you can stand over the illusion, stand over the bullshit, stand over the distortion, stand over the lies, stand over the fallacies, stand over the false matrix. You have to be willing to stand under truth principles first. Then you can overstand. And when you can overstand, now you can embody and you can understand. So we got to stop thinking that it is our job to do. And I'm telling y'all a lesson. It hit me hard today. And it was like, you should have left in 2024. Spirit was showing you, but because you had these attachments, because you had these preference, we are our own blocks, y'all. We missed the ship. We missed the boat. We missed the plane. We missed all these destined coordinates because we go insane. Because we pervert the ways of truth because of our lackadaisical domains sometimes. Ashe? Yes, it is a process. Greetings, family. Up on the up and comings. Welcome in. We miss the destined coordinates because we got preferences. We got attachments. And I had to look at myself and say, yeah, you the dummy. You the big dummy. Not beating up on myself, but I have to, sometimes we got to do that so that we break yourself, fool. Break that ego. I had to have another ego break in today looking at that. You see these people come in and cut your tree. Big disrespect. And you know what it hit? Let me tell you what it hit to my ego. I said, okay, ego, what you thought? Ego was like, you thought you had a home, huh? Because it felt more like home with my other landlord. But I knew when this other people was taking over that they weren't respecting me. So it is no longer a home. It is no longer my place of my habitation of peace, because they disturb my peace. And I see that. When they disrespect me, they disturb my peace. So this is no longer my home in that way. So I had to tell my ego, you thought you had a friend. You thought you had a home. You don't have a home. under this situation in this type of way. As long as they are the new standing landlords, you don't have a home. You need to seek a new landlord, because they think that they doing you a favor. They don't realize the anointing that I walk under. People think that, like, they look at tenants like they some kind of slave. Like, I'm not your slave. Like, I chose the landlord I had. I looked and searched, and I chose where I am because I saw the integrity in my landlord. I don't just pick anywhere to go live, y'all. That ain't me. I could have lived in, picked any one of these places around here. I picked here specifically because I saw the integrity in my landlord. Don't think you doing me a favor. I could have lived anywhere else. I'm not coming as a beggar. But see, they look at it. They come with their scope and they look at it like they the landlord, they the gods, they the oppressors. And they looking at it like, who the heck am I? I'm just a tenant. So they showing me they lack of respect. Do you need help? No, I don't need help. I'm great. I'm grand. I'm sharing a conviction with y'all. Don't get it twisted. I'm not begging, complaining. I'm sharing the conviction, because the truth is in the proof. So that I could be that mirrored reflection for someone who maybe need to see that mirror. Right? Who are those? That's all over the world. Who are those what? Paradise or pandits? I don't know what you're saying there. All right? So, yeah, Spirit had to show me, no. Let that, check yourself. Break yourself. That's what I was saying. And in the Halls of Amenti part of this work, it is about looking in the mirror and seeing the distortions in the mirror that you've been carrying in your ego. Your ego thought you had a home. Your ego thought you had a home, right? The trees, they stand out today. Yep, could be connected to the. Yep, to the one that's something that they kiss tomorrow. To the ass they kiss tomorrow. Yep, I like that. That's what I said. I was saying, you in my head. I was saying, today for me, tomorrow for you. Today for me, tomorrow for you. Right? And mind you, this was Sunday. Then Monday, the next attack I got was the bathroom just started filling up with water. The tub just out of nowhere. Like, but I know it's not out of nowhere. I know the attack that I'm under, because I sent the landlord a message and I know they didn't like it. I sent them a voice note, not cussing or nothing. It was a very calm, like, letting them know that this is disrespectful. Letting them know, look, I see you. I see that you don't have any respect. And I'm aware of that. And I let them know what was disrespectful. Because I don't got to just take it like that. I'm going to let you know this was disrespectful. You said that we were going to build a rapport. You said this would, per her words, we're going to build a rapport. You know, I don't like that you feel like that. Oh, we don't want you to feel like. It's not about what you want me to feel. It's about the energy that you giving. This is what we got to stop. Y'all stop listening to people when they come with a bullshit type stuff like that. That's BS, right? That's BS. When they come and they're like, oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't want you. They meant it. The energy spoke for itself. If they did it, they meant it. If they didn't mean it, they wouldn't have did it. If they said it, they meant it. If they did it, they meant it energetically so. They just didn't mean to get caught in it. They didn't mean for you to see it. They didn't mean for you to feel it. But they meant what they did, and they meant what they said. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Oh, please don't feel like that. I don't want you to feel like that. It's not about what you want. It's about what it is. Yep, talk is cheap. And a lot of them is a lot of cheapskates right now. We got a lot of cheapskates out there talking, bumping their gums and just, oh, I didn't mean that. You did. And see, this is what authenticating the vibratory field looks like. It's our job to look at them and look them in the face and say, yeah, you did. That's okay, though. This is not to argue with them, y'all. This is what I mean by different vibrations. We're not saying it to argue with them. It's to authenticate the vibratory field, to be expressions of truth. Don't let them block and chop your throat chakra by allowing them to sow seeds of inauthenticity by playing in your energetic face. That's what playing in your face look like. And so when you see them playing in your face with their lies and alibis, you say, nah, that's not it. I'm not going to argue with you though. What I'm going to let you know is this. And you can write them a letter. You can send them a note. This is my new form of communication. I no longer need to have a conversation with nobody. I don't need to have a two-way conversation with you. Because see, what happens is when we give them a two-way conversation, we're giving them space to debate, to pull and tug at you. They kind of pull you into going back and forth with them because they're going to give you an excuse and then you're going to have a rebuttal. They're going to give you excuse and then you're going to still want to, hold the boundary to the truth. No, we don't need to go back and forth with them. I'm seeing that the new form, Uranus and Gemini, y'all. Uranus and Gemini. Uranus is change, radical change, disturbance. Uranus is about bringing change into place. And Gemini is the house of information and communication. We are changing how we communicate, y'all. So I'm sharing that with you, that when I'm having conversations, I don't need to have a conversation. I'm going to write you a letter and you can read it. I'm going to send you a note, a voice note, and you can listen to it or you could delete it. Either way, I'm going to send it. And they're going to listen to it because they want to hear. Even if they don't like you, they gonna want to hear. You write them something, they're going to read it just out of sheer curiosity. And once you read, you can't unread it. Once you hear, you can't unhear it. And I'm not there to argue back and forth with you for you to pull on my energy. So this is going to be a new form of communication. Get out the way. We don't got to go back and forth with them no more. Message. That's right. Take that, Kayla. Message received. You're welcome and we're welcome. Because I got it. It hit me today. I'm just sharing with y'all the message I got today. They doing the most because they are a dying host. Ooh. Bars. They're doing the most because they are a dying host. What do I mean by that? The parasites and the demonic entities that consume them, the parasitic entanglement, that opposition energy that consumes them. They're the host. They're hosting those energies and they're a dying host. That's why they're doing the most, because we're collapsing timelines. We're pulling our energies away from them. They can't siphon our energy. Because although those demons, them vampires and demons don't like the light, but they need the light. They need the potency of our light to fuel their matrix. Yeah, they got all of the idiots out there. I don't mean to call nobody no names, but they got all the lower vibrational people feeding the matrix. Yes. But do y'all know how potent it is when they got one of the light ones to feed the matrix? Our light is more potent than the souls that they're parasiting on. What's the word? Is that the right word? Parasites? Either way, our light is more potent than those that they are consuming. Those low vibrational people, there's many of them out there, but they want you. They want your light. Even though they can't stand you, they still want access to you. They want their hooks in you. That's why they reaching out to you. And some of y'all get confused, like, well, why they calling me then? Why they bringing it? Because they need access to you. Why they coming at me like that? They need access to you. They need to be able to distract you. They need to be able to extract from you. And your light is worth more than silver and gold. Your light, I'm talking to the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few, the 144, the crystalline grid keepers. Your light is worth more than diamonds and the most precious minerals. It is worth more than the thousands and millions of low vibrational people that they're already hosting. I don't know if y'all understand that. I don't know how many of y'all get that. 2 weeks ago, I sent that voice note. Then I blocked the number. Ashe. That's what's up. That's what we do. You send them. Let me tell you, this is a one-way communication, y'all. Do not go back and forth with these entities that are controlling your loved ones. The people that's being used as tools against you. Do not have two-way conversations. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Because your ego, that part of you that wants to be right, that knows that you're right and you are right, wants to prove itself to be right. That's a shadow of the South Node in Leo. I'm telling y'all right now, if that's what y'all on, that's the shadow of South Node in Leo that needs to be removed so you can come to the higher evolved aspects of Leo, South Node in Leo. The shadow is the one that is the self, the puffed up in pride. I know I'm right, so I got to prove I'm right, and I got to validate. You don't got to validate nothing. You don't got to prove nothing. Know that you're right and take flight in your soul's delight. Do not go back and forth with them. Do not waste your time, energy, space, order, any of those divine activities. Don't waste it. Peacemakers, drop it. Peacemakers, drop a peace. Drop the hands or the peace sign if you're a peacemaker, right? And it doesn't mean we don't recognize when something is out of order and we don't stand our boundaries that may look like we're not being within peace. Peace means keeping the order in peace. So what may look disorderly to some, let me see, I've cut so many people off, so-called friends and family, Ashe, because that's what's happening right now. Especially after the 144. Where my 144s at? Let me do a 144 check-in. I just saw the 1 and the 4. Drop a 144 in the chat. Drop a 144 in the chat. Where the 144 at? Right? We got our work cut out for us. A lot of you have cut the timelines, cut the family ties, because you saw a lot that was happening in the last year that was like, it made it intolerable. And that's because Jupiter was in Cancer last year. Ashe, I see you, all the 144s. There we go. Light them up. 144s. Claim your 144. 144 ascendants. That's not a number, it's a frequency. Where are the ones, the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few that are in the 144 frequency and continuing on the ascension time? Where are my crystalline grid keepers? Where are the lighthouses and the light colonies on the light grid activation? Because even if you're not a crystalline grid keeper, you are activating the light grid. You are one of the lighthouses on the light grid, and you are now raising the light colonies on the light grid. If any of you are starting to find collaborative purposes with other light ones, I'm not talking about spiritually bypassing and opening spiritual clubs just to be up in the spiritual rub-a-dub. I'm talking about the true light warriors that are moving through the dimensions in their minds, that are moving through soul consciousness movement, activating the God gene repeatedly and consistently, and moving and shifting through timelines, therefore activating the grid. So even if you didn't have the full sexualized, is it sexualized? Yeah, because it's an intercourse. Okay, spirit, I receive it. Because there is an energetic intercourse that is happening and that has been happening for the past year that puts some of us in conception. Why some of you are in the 9-month gestation window. The light grid those who are the crystalline grid keepers that just came through the rebirthing On the new moon, you were in the window. We were in the window since last year. Last year around September. Being included in the Third Eye Atlas integration activation, as Third Eye Atlas was updating the entire solar system, you were in the conception of that. If you are a crystalline grid keeper, and I may only be talking to one or two people, maybe one, right now, most who are feeling these ascension and accelerations, most of you are in the 9-month window right now, being prepared for the second wave of crystalline grid keepers, for those who do self-actualize it. Not everyone that is in the gestation self-actualizes it. Not everyone that was in that 9-month window where I'm just coming from, not everyone had the rebirthing on the new moon window and self-actualized the full capacity of the crystalline. And a lot of you may be in that window, in that 9-month window right now, because you've been tapping into your crystalline body. You've been tapping into it. You've been moving through your consciousness. You've been doing consciousness movement in your soul. You've been activating the God gene. You've been spiraling up and getting out of the infinite loop, moving through the true time reality that continues on that continuum to help you activate the true timeline. And some of you during this rebirthing time, even if you didn't rebirth into the crystalline body full capacity, you have come through that new moon to have the death to rebirth into your truer timeline. So you have self-actualized your truer timeline. So that old timeline collapsed and fell away. And so a lot of us are doing a lot of adjusting right now on different levels. But many of you that have felt it in the family, that is because of where Jupiter was in Cancer last year. And that was expanding the home life, the family life, the bloodline. So a lot of you generational curse breakers that had been going through the trenches, that had been getting the attacks, you've severed those ties after this particular last Mercury in retrograde in Cancer. That was sealing the deal, tying the knot, making sure that in this Mercury retrograde, it wasn't just to make your life a living hell. It was to have you retrospect. It was to have you time travel, because Mercury is also about travel, astro travel, travel back in the dimensions of your mind and re-look at some things. It was to bring you back to see the amount of disrespect and all of this that you had been getting, so that you can say enough is enough is enough, and not out of anger and vengeance, but so that you can realize as you are more becoming more of you and in your true self, you become less and less tolerant of the disrespect of your true light. So it's not out of hate, it's not out of vengeance, but you pull away from them because it is not true resonance anymore. It is no longer a vibrational match. And that's why a lot of people right now, I hear it and I see it, a lot of people have broken ties with the entire damn family. And not just say you broke ties, you really cut the heartstrings. You really cut the energetic cords that allowed them to have access to you. And believe me, you have disturbed the parasites in the family. You have disturbed the parasitic energy and the parasitic entanglement that is interwoven into particular family members. So the ones that's really still gunning for you, those were the lead demons. Those were your lead demon handlers. Those were the main wounded ones. And they're spazzing right now. Right? Let me see what some of you are saying. I'll be wondering how I even got on certain frequencies with certain individuals. Yep. Because we were there. We were once there. That's how you got there. You were there. And then when we look back, we like, damn, how did it, like I told y'all about the conviction that I was just having. How did I even allow this perversion? How do I get up thinking I'm giving somebody the benefit of the doubt? When did I pervert the trust? Who do I think I am? Get the hell out of here. This person don't, listen. They don't warrant that from you. You don't put yourself in these compromising positions when you really know who you are. You got to own up for that. I can't blame them. Forgive them for they know not what they do. They don't know themselves. They up here living in the shadows of the 3D world, living a whole 3D lifestyle with no type of ascension in their soul. It don't even make no sense arguing with them. They're not in the spiritual domains. They're not on your level. And it's not a better than, less than. It's knowing that to whom much is given, much is required. So wear the raiments and set the attire. That's not your mode of transportation. Leave them to their demise and their desperation. Ashe? Oh, I'm cutting through it right now. Take me through that. Take me through there. Right? So, I had to share that with y'all because it was a big, yep, this death feels like a rebirth. Then you are probably one of the ones. Ashe? I gotta go. Love and light. Mari. Oh, hi, Mari. Oh, that's Mari. Mari, I responded to you today. I don't know if you're still here, but I responded to you. So check your email. Sovereign Soul, check your email. I did respond. Oh, you ready for the ascension? You ready for the ascension? I remember you wrote me. So for those who don't know, if you really felt that death and that rebirth and you felt that rebirthing, this may be for you. This may be for you. And if you're still fasting, this may be for you. So let me remind you and offer that to you. I really probably shouldn't still, well, okay, Spirit. Because in the extension of the ascension portal, this is what I was just doing these past 3 days. The next one is, I said the 17th and the 26th. Those were the 2 days of this portal extension to take full advantage of this potency of this particular ascension. We're not going to have it this next year because Jupiter is going to move out of Leo. This one was extremely potent because of Jupiter's expansion in Leo, and along with some other cosmic alignments like the cosmic basket, the Barbolt's basket, and the lunar nodes being in South Node Leo, North Node Aquarius. So there is a major creative portal. There is a major ascension time portal that's helping those accelerate. And so those who didn't get a chance to be with me in the 21-day window, Spirit was guiding me to offer this to whoever this may be for. On the 26th, I'm doing a 3-day ascension, acceleration, ascension time path to help through this passage. So this is not for everybody though. This is for those who are feeling that death to rebirth. You're feeling something breaking away. You want to truly tap into that self-actualize of that next timeline. And this is, and if you're already fasting, right? You're fasting, you're going within, you're doing your own soul work. This is not for the newbies that are just awakening to this kind of, and I don't really like to say that because some people, they might be just awakening, but they may have a powerful will. They may have a powerful divine will that pulls them in stronger than somebody who's been in it. So I really don't like to say newbies, but I say it because if you really don't know anything about it and it's new to you, then I would say it's not really for you yet. I would say get a one-on-one. Definitely, I would suggest doing a one-on-one. I do a one-on-one ascension path guidance. I do a one-on-one natal chart and a one-on-one chakra, I would say chakra inspection alignment. Because I might say alignment and people think you're going to put a whole chakras together for them. No, the chakra alignment is really an inspection, that when you come in, I can help you by inspecting what's going on, letting you know what chakra is out of alignment in that session. So I would, if this is new to you, I would strongly and highly suggest signing up for a one-on-one first, so you can know where you are and you can know where to go, like which path to take. I always suggest natal chart readings first, because that's your spiritual blueprint, and it really helps you to understand your purpose, what's going on with you right now, what you came here to do. It really helps you to really get involved with your soul in that way. So you can get to me, you can email me if you want a one-on-one. As I said, for those who want that ascension, and I'm saying that specifically because I saw when you said that you're having that death to rebirth. If this really speaks to you and you would like guidance through this rebirth, let me see, let me make sure if I missed anything. Let me scroll, hold on one second. Okay, that's it. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Thank you for the follow. So if that is for you and you feel that this is where you are, like I'm on the brink right now. If you feel like you're on the brink of breaking that ego perspective, really ready to shed that last layer, you're on the brink of collapsing that old timeline, and you want to make sure that you're tying what you know, really doing what needs to be done to collapse the timeline, right? Because if it's already collapsing and you don't do what needs to be done, you will collapse within that timeline. So you want to make sure that as a timeline is collapsing, you are ascending out of that. You are ascending into your next truer timeline. So if that is for you, then I do have that. And as I'm saying, it's an intense, accelerated 3 days. So if you're not ready, I would wait. I would do a one-on-one first, because I can still guide you. I would still do a one-on-one as soon as possible while we're still in this window before we leave out of Leo, which we have about a week, probably not even a full week, before we come out of the Leo, before Earth leaves Leo through the solar perspective, right? So as I said, if that is for you, this is what I offer on the 26th. It would be 3 days, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th. It is very intense. It is very accelerated. It's going to involve detoxing. So if you're not already, this is for, like I said, I know you'll know this is for you if you're already fasting and detoxing, and you feel like you're on the brink of closing out that timeline, and if you feel like you're on the brink of a creation blooming in you, because this is a major creative portal. So you may feel something that you do naturally springing up in you. You may have been seeing hints of it, synchronicities of it all around, whether it be the word of it or hints here and there, because it is springing it up in you, or it's sprinkling it into your crown chakra from the ethers, from the cosmos, from the divine idea. And so if you're feeling any of these that I just mentioned, especially if you're feeling all of them, if you are fasting and detoxing, if you're on the brink of collapsing timelines, and if you're on the brink of releasing that creative spark, whatever your gift, passion, or service is that keeps speaking to you, even though you may be in a job, this keeps resonating with you and it keeps calling you, because you're on the brink and it's calling you through the expansion of the creative portal. So if that is for you, then this, what I'm saying in this offer, is for you. And you would have to email me, and it's 144. That's right, Spirit. Let me not forget that. It's 144 gets you through the door. And as Spirit was highlighting to me, it is because the 144 aligns with the 144. Those who are the 144. And it is investing in and synchronizing you to your 144 frequency. So in that regard, it is done in that manner, through that way. I could easily charge more, because they keep telling me it's worth a lot more, but no, I honor what Spirit is highlighting to me. 144, so that it amplifies your agreement, your physical currency. Let me say it the way it was shown to me. It amplifies the agreement, the synchronicity, or the synchronizing, investing with your physical currency with your energetic currency. Your energetic currency being you are the 144. Your physical currency being that physical 144 currency that you are synchronizing with the energy. So it's going to amplify, opening the pathways for you. So as I said, if that's for you and you're serious, you can put 144 in the send 144 to my Zelle through my email, as well as Cash App. Cosmic Earth 144 is my Cash App. The email is akilatextry@gmail.com. It's on both are on my page, on my bio. It's Akila, AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. So yeah, I will share all the information with you as I have been. I will be the reflection of the mirror. But most importantly, I'm going to offer the services that I have for those who are on this ascension path. Right? So as I said, I got the Ascension tool here as well. You can order your 5D calendar with me. You can have a one-on-one, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes for $30, $60, or $90. You pick your choice, right? And of course, the 7-day, if you don't get this 3-day window, because I've had some people email me and ask me about the workshop. If you don't get this intense acceleration, the next available workshop is going to be in September with the September full moon. It's a 7-day workshop. 7-day workshop. And yes, it is 144 as well. And that's for the 7 days. Right? Valued. It's $33 a day. But if you go for the whole week, it's 144. You do the math. Right? So I'm preparing you for that as well in case you didn't get this. So I'm giving you all the options. All the options and opportunities of what you can sign up for, what can help you through this ascension path in time, and what I can offer of my service to you in the time that I have available. Go ahead. Yes, you said I got a question. Go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot for it. Question away. Ashe, ashe. 144, 9 ether beings. Ashe. All right, so I'll wait to see what your question is before I wrap it up, because I've been out here with you all for a minute. And I'm ready to go in and have me a salad, because I'm still fasting. Doing this work with my daughter. I did the extension with her, 16, 17, 18. Yesterday was really the 3rd day, but I'm giving her an extra day because I have the time and space. And you know, these younger children, like, they don't want it like how some of us want it. They don't see the truth. They don't see what's happening, you know. So I'm offering her the extra day, which means I'm still fasting. That's why people don't know how serious it is. For those that I'm doing this ascension path with, I'm fasting with you. The 3 days that you're going to be fasting intensely, I am also holding the fast with you and for you to stabilize those vibrations and to amplify the activation of what it is, the activation through the ascension for you. So it's not just you. That's why I say if you're going to show up, you got to show up and you got to be serious. So if you're not that serious, I wouldn't look into the 3-day one, because it's 3 days of not just fasting, but it's 3 days of isolation, 3 days of not going anywhere, not even to work. For the ones who are serious about this, you are going to carve out those 3 days and not go into the world of distractions, because it's so intense. Because we're taking 21 days worth of work and compressing it into 3 days, you have to show up for yourself. It can't be optional. It's not a spiritual club. It is an alignment with your assignment in the ascension time. So if you truly want it, you have to be willing to be that serious. You got to be willing to call out for that job. You got to be willing to cancel any other arrangement that you have. How serious is the ascension for you? So if you plan on coming in one day and saying, I can't make it tomorrow, don't waste your time. Don't waste your currency. Because I'm going to show up how you show up. And what I'm going to do is say, okay, they not serious. I'm going to stop my fast, because the fast is a part of holding the vibration for you. I'm going to stop my fast, and I'm not going to give you the fullness of the service. I'm not going to show up the next day for you. It's that serious. Put my question in the chat. You put it in there? Okay, let me see. I didn't see it. Hold on. Let me scroll. I'm doing all the things. Okay. Trump is declaring martial law. How you feel? Oh. Are you sure you ready for the ascension? That's the question. Trump is irrelevant. When you're in this timeline, none of this stuff matters. Martial law doesn't matter. That 10,000 shall fall at my side, it shall not come near thee. Because when you're on this ascension path, the things that they're doing in the 3D world is irrelevant to you. Is it happening? Hey, if it happens, it happens. It's not my reality. This is what I mean when you self-actualize a different timeline. I'm in such different timelines. Like when even as I'm here with you all, I'm not in the same timeline with you all. I could be next to someone and I am timelines away from them. We are distances away. Don't get it twisted. Don't think because you see me sitting here with you, we in the same timeline. I live in a timeline that holds different reality codes. So whatever they do in their reality, in their low vibrational realm of the shadows of 3D, is not for me. So what I'm saying to you is that I don't entertain it. So when you say, how do I feel about it? I feel nothing for what they're doing. The way I look at it is it's a non-factor in my true timeline reality, in my true time reality modality, and in my truest timeline existence. It doesn't exist there. It exists in the false matrix. And that timeline has collapsed for me, right? Faithfully, I answered that, faithfully, I answered that. So, you were saying too that you're doing all the things. Is it all the things I was explaining? Let me see. I'm so glad you said for the people in the back. Yes, it's for the people in the back and the people in overflow, so they can know. It's not your reality. And this is how I could tell where people are in their ascension in time. If you're in your ascension and you're worrying about the 3D shadows of the false matrix, if you're worried about ideal time reality modality, then you're not at a certain level in the ascension. You got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of catching up to do. It's not to say you can't be there, but you got a lot of internal work to do to get there. Right? If you're in a certain timeline, or you want to be in a true timeline, and you're still worrying about the divisions that they put on social media about black and white, man and woman, all these divisions. And it's not to say that some of these differences don't exist, but to place emphasis on the divisions, it's so divisive, it keeps you distracted from the unity frequency. It keeps you distracted from understanding, overstanding, and understanding that is the realm that they exist in, and that is a realm of distractions, and that it is false evidence appearing real. It is fear-based reality. And so if we're not careful, if we're still, that's called straddling the fence. For a lot of you in the spiritual community, for those who are in the spiritual community and still worrying about what Trump doing, you straddling the fence. If you're still worrying about even the Nolan Wells case, and you getting caught up in these arguments, you letting that lower your vibrations during high potency light grid integration times, then you're straddling the fence. I'm simply being honest with you. It's not to make anybody feel bad, but it's to help you see where you are on the ascension path. If you're worrying about what a family member think of you, if you're worrying about if you're going to lose a family member, if you're worrying about a job, if you're worrying about a relationship, I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if it's your spouse. I don't care if it's your children. If you are worrying about this in your timeline, if you are allowing this to be a distraction and a discord in your life, that you are out of alignment with certain things, if it pulls you out of your boundaries and has you doing things like what I said earlier, if it has you giving grace, if it has you giving the benefit of the doubt, then you are straddling the fence under the disguise of do-goodership, under the disguise of I gotta do the right thing, it's my child, I gotta do the right thing, it's my family. These are distortions and lies. And until you find that scope of perspective, it's going to always be a distraction. It's going to always have you straddling the fence. I don't care how much information you know. I don't care how much spiritual things you do. If you're still holding the vibrations to those things in a particular way, it is always going to be straddling the fence. Right? But it comes to the point where the two faces that be clash. Is that what we're saying? Yep. There's a clash. You're gonna straddle the fence until you can't straddle it no more. It's going to be a clash. And that's what's happening. You're seeing the clash. You're facing the clash. Is truth a higher virtue than unconditional love? It's one and the same. We are in love that lights the truth. If you are in the love frequency, it is always going to be in the light, the revelations of light that always reveals the truth. And that truth is always of the light, that is always of the love. It's one and the same. There's not one or the other. Don't see this. These are divisions that we don't have to make. Don't pin truth against love. Truth is love. Love is truth. You can't have one without the other. Ashe? They're both high regards. All of it. Unconditional love is the love frequency. And if you have unconditional love, you have truth. You got it all. No lies told, Goddess Ashe. Nothing but the truth. I'm a truth authenticator. I can't do nothing but truth. Energy worker, transmit negative into positive. Ashe. That's called alchemy. That's the ones who are alchemizing, quick alchemy. And the quicker you alchemize, here's the thing on the ascension path, the quicker you all work to alchemize is the more you shift your intel, your processor. So that's what shifts you from being a 3D soul to a 4D soul to a 5D soul and up. The more you, because I've had people ask me that, well, how do you do that? How do you get, you have to do the work, the soul work. And the more you do the soul work, the soul conscious movement, the God gene activation, the light grid activation, the pushing of the timelines, the more you do all of this, that you're self-actualizing in your soul, is the more that you're quickening your alchemy, you're quickening your pace to be able to alchemize. And the quicker your alchemy, the quicker your intel, the more you move your intel processing from 3D to 4D to 5D. That's the difference in that. And that way, when the sun starts giving its fifth density light, you don't got to be burning up, because if you're a 3D processor, it's going to be hard for you to process the fifth density light from the sun, because the earth is 5D. You have to be 5D compatible. to withstand the fifth density light. And in the way to do that is to move through your soul, to quicken your alchemy. And that makes you a faster processor. Faithfully, that makes sense. Faithfully, you get what I'm saying. Right? The world is basically music book. What? Look at your hand. Yep. How the finger points. Oh, is it Prince or points flow? You are a tone. I agree. This world is basically music. We're music. We're the notes. we're the notes in the music. We're the symphony. Ashe, you have a hard beat. We are music expressing ourselves, looking for harmony. Ashe, be that expression. Be that expression of music. Be that expression of light. You are that. This is a grand symphony. The great cosmic design is a great order of divinity. That's God. God is an order, not one person up in the sky. A great order of divinity is the source in and of itself. It's a cosmic design. It's a grand symphony where we are here to harmonize, to flow with the melodies. We each play a note on the chords of life. Ashe, ashe, as our flames ignite. Everything you're saying is facts. Everything I'm saying is truth. I always like to say that. I don't really play semantics with the words, but sometimes it hits in that way and it's like truth. I prefer truth over facts because I always say facts could be information. Facts is information. And some information is false, but truth is always truth. Right? I look for that letter F. F in facts. F means fake. F means you got the potential to be fake. F in fear. False evidence appearing real. Fake. So that's how it's like when I see facts, I see the F. It'd be like fake. You know, it don't, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't take it personal, but I'm just showing how I say truth. Truth. I like the truth. Do you believe in reincarnation? Ashe? I most indubitably do. We got a past life, don't we? This ain't our first go round. Most of us who are on this level, this ain't your first go round. Y'all done been here before. That's why you got deja vu and all that. We are, some of us are ascended masters. We are ascending souls and ascended masters. This ain't your first go round. I guarantee you, anybody that came across this timeline right here, this ain't your first go round. You ain't get attracted to this timeline for nothing. You didn't find these divine coordinates for nothing. This is not your first go round. So yes, most definitely reincarnation. We done been here before. Couple of times, some of us many times. I know I'm a seasoned soul. I know I'm an old soul. Ascended master type of soul. I already know. So depends on what kind. I know some people believe like you reincarnate, you come back as a butterfly, you could come back as like there's different forms. I don't put a specific on it. I just know that there's reincarnation. I know that there's past lives. So therefore, some of us been here before, some of us are here now, and some of us are coming again. Right? Peace be with you, beloved light. Ashe, ashe. Always. I got the strangest feeling this isn't our first time round. Oh, it ain't strange. It's real. It's true. It's true. It ain't nothing strange about it. It's true. This is not your first time around the block of this earth. Ashe. All right. So with that said, I've shared a lot with you all. So reminder, if this is for any of you, if you want the 3-day ascension, it's on the 26th. Remember, come correct, because the energy is intense. It's an accelerated pace. If not, do a one-on-one. Wait for the 7-day workshop in September with the full moon. It's 7 days, so it give you more time. It's not as intense as the 3-day one, but do look out for that. And look out for the 5D calendar at a 5D corner near you. Ashe? So that's what I got to say. Y'all remember, be real out, be true out here in these spiritual streets. Do not go out here giving people the benefit of the doubt. Do not pervert the ways of trust and love and truth by giving people the benefit of the doubt and grace. Please remember, that's not your job. Let it go. Pay attention to the energies of what it shows and how it flows and goes, and hold your boundaries and respond only to the truth in the currency of the energy, only to the truth of reciprocal energy. When you're dealing with people, make sure they give you a deposit of reciprocity. Those who know what I'm talking about. Make sure they give you a deposit of reciprocity. That's living in the trust. Trust the energy that you see that they be. And don't give grace unto he and she. Right? Ashe. Keep ascending, y'all. That's right. This ascension time. So with that said, lots of love and light to you all. You know where to find me. You know what time it is. Ascension time. And I'm always going to point out where there's more ascension coordinates. It's been beautiful sitting here with you all. Give and exchange. Yep, the give and exchange law. Yep. If a mirror doesn't reflect, it's broken. I like that. Thank you, Little. If the mirror doesn't reflect, it's broken. Don't be playing around with broken mirrors out here, y'all. Give and receive. The law of giving and receiving. Thank you for that as we close out. So as we do, let me just take a deep breath with you all so we can send out this love and light. We're going to take a deep breath in, breathing in for 6 count. Hold it for 4 and release for a deep 8. Exhale. Deep exhale. So you can just release and let go of anything that doesn't resonate with you. Ashe. Deep breath in. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Feel the shoulders drop back. Feel your muscles relax. Feel yourself releasing all that has not served you. Take another deep breath in for the 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release for the 8. Completely emptying the lungs, feeling more relaxed, feeling the tension running from the back of your head, down your neck, down your back, letting it run all the way out your limbs, remembering who you are, where you are in this point in time, choosing to be a part of the remembering, choosing to remember your divine plan, your soul's purpose, that is in high demand of your spiritual's command. Again, take another deep breath in for the 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. Deep release for the count of 8. As you feel more falling from the top of your head, the back of your neck, your shoulders. Let your shoulders drop. Feel more relaxed. Going down your torso. Passing through your hips, down your legs, out the soles of your feet. Allowing this energy to flow into the earth. Releasing anything that is not of you. Feel the energetic flush from the crown of your head through the soles of your feet. And allow the treasures of the earth to gather up and come back up into your auric field, your torus field that surrounds you. And feel that energy as it comes back up, pouring in through the crown, flushing out the core again. And as this energy moves through you, remembering what you have chosen to come here and do. Being in the love frequency, feeling the changes around you, knowing your boundaries, knowing what you are releasing and breaking the illusions of, having the brave heart lion empowered by truth to walk away alone on your journey, the bold lion that can go at it alone, because you know that you're never truly alone, and your soul tribe lion pride is waiting on you in the spiritual domains of where enlightened ones roam. Let peace surround you in the habitation of peace. Make wise decisions as your soul release. Allow yourself to feel the embrace of all of those activating on the light grid. Feel the love from those that go before and make smooth the way, the crystalline grid keepers that clear the ascension path for there to be a new day in your new true timeline, knowing that wherever you are well on your way. Feel the embrace, feel the connection, feel the light, feel the vibrations of the higher frequencies and the acceleration of the frequencies that meet you where you are on your destined coordinates of this light grid. Know that it is done. It is so, so it is, so it shall be. Ashe, ashe. From my heart to yours, namaste. Take a deep breath in, bringing yourself back to the center, back to the breath, back to your present space. Deep breath. Ashe, ashe, ashe. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all for your gifts, for your presence, for your love and light. You know where to find me when your soul is ready to take flight. Peace.